Welcome to the Elevation Edit. I am Felicia Bagsby, your host. And when you are in Mobile, Alabama, thinking of a latte, you cannot think of a latte without thinking of our guest today, Kimberly Knight. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. How about you?
I am doing good. So before we get to these lattes, I want to know, who is Kimberly Knight?
Ooh. Kimberly Knight is a mother. She's a sister. She's a serial entrepreneur, a community builder. I'm your girl.
Okay. How would you describe yourself beyond the titles and the business?
Kind-hearted, a big heart, strong, resilient. So outside of that, that pretty much defines me.
Okay. Where did you get your entrepreneur mindset? Where did it come from?
I think more so it came from what I was not seeing, because I didn't come from a family that I didn't have a silver spoon. My dad education level wasn't till elementary school. My mom, middle school, received a GED. So it's not anything that I saw firsthand. So I think what I did not see is what instilled in me and gave me that goal to want more.
Are you a Mobile, Alabama native?
I am born and raised.
Okay. What part of Mobile?
So Trinity Garden by way of Pritchard.
Okay.
So I lived in Trinity Garden until I was about 11, then moved to Whistler.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm with you. I'm from Roger Williams. So you're right. We just didn't see what we see today in entrepreneurs, especially looking like us with business owners.
Correct.
So I know you've built multiple businesses, real estate, clothing with active leisure wear, the consulting, hospitality, and now a coffee shop. What connects those ventures?
So with everything kind of followed my timeline as far as my lifestyle. When I did the leisure wear, I was in the gym heavy, all the time. So that curated to that. And then, of course, during COVID, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know where we were going, how the world was going to look. But I always knew people needed somewhere to stay. So that's how I got into real estate. I became an investor, bought a few homes, did long-term rentals. And then all of a sudden I got into the Airbnbs.
Okay.
And then that's how my themed Airbnb came about, because that was the thing. Airbnbs was a thing until, restrictions came, different government policies changed and things like that. And then from there, I got to a place where I was like, I want to do something that builds community. So I was sitting in my sunroom drinking coffee, and I'm on Instagram. My inspiration was Issa Rae.
When I tell you, that is the reason we reached out to you. Black girl, coffee shop, small city, a vibe.
Yes.
So I said, I love all of it. I love the story. I knew of you, but I didn't know all context and things. So it came to mind. And I said, I want to talk to her about that. So why a coffee shop?
So more so because here in Mobile, we don't have third spaces and places for us. So when you go to your Houstons, your Atlantas, your DCs, your Detroits, you have urban coffee shops.
Let's talk about
third spaces for us.
Yes.
So we were missing that piece.
Yes.
So rather than complain about it, I created something I wanted to see here. And that's honestly how the coffee shop came about.
You created a space for us.
Correct.
I love it. So what inspired? I love the name. It's so Great Day Latte. So tell me about that. What inspired Great Day Latte?
So when I greet people, it's always great day. I don't say good morning. I don't say hello. That's just how I greet people, because I'm one of these things. I'm big on words, and words are spells. So when we say things, that pretty much defines everything that's come to play. That's how I feel about it. So when I greet you, I really want you to have a great day.
I love that.
I don't want you to have a great morning. That's just one part of the day.
I love
got
that.
a whole day to go.
And it's power in names. It's
yes.
power in what we say. It's power in what we do.
Correct.
So by that, you own that name and made it Great Day Latte.
Yes, and it's trademarked now.
I love that. We're going to talk about it too. I love that. Great Day Latte has become, from what I've seen, even last night and before, more than a coffee shop. It's become a community hub.
Yes.
Not just for us, for all.
Correct.
But it is founded by us.
Correct.
Tell me about that. What was your intention? And was that intentional?
So the intentional was, of course, like I said in the beginning, something for us. But when you think of community and you think of connection, of course, that do include other people. I'm for diversity, but I do not water down what it was created for.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
there's a difference. So by being Black owned, when you come in, you know it's Black owned, and I'll never water that down. But I do welcome everybody.
So let me ask you this. You know Mobile. You know how small we are. You know the culture in itself. How is that? How does that affect anything? Or does that affect anything? Because I believe, too, in not diluting what the purpose was. But how does that look for you? Does that change things for you?
It doesn't really change things. Now, I will say it does. It can make it challenging. And I'm going to say it became challenging in the political climate when the mayor run. When the mayor race, it can be very challenging because, you know, people they reach out to me. They want to hold different events, meet and greets, things like that at the space. And if I look at this person and they represent something I represent or something that I agree upon, of course, I'll let the space, you know, be used for that purpose, as long as it's in the betterment for us.
It has to align.
It has to align. And that does not always mean it will look like us.
Right.
And so during that political race, I ran into some issues because I allowed somebody who did not look like us to hold a meet and greet in the space. And it was also somebody who I agreed policies matched mine.
I think that's a big problem with us as a culture. We want to do a lot of this, but we're not out actually beating the pavement and doing it. And not everything is going to look like us.
Correct.
It has to be a melting pot of knowledge. That is the only way we're going to perplex to the next level.
Correct.
We have to be able to be diverse.
Right.
And we have to.
And also that you have to challenge us to read. Because a lot of us don't read just because all skin folks ain't kin folks.
When I say that again for me?
All skin folks ain't kin folks.
That part.
So when we talking about politics or whatever we talking about, you got to get down to the nitty gritty with me. I read.
That's it.
And if it's something somebody look like me, don't represent me when I read what they voted in or whatever, I can't ride with that.
Yeah. And some of the main ones that are complaining about who you had there or who you allowed to do an event there, have you voted? Have you voted?
Probably not.
Do you know any of the changes that are trying to be governed to be made in our city? Are you a voice?
Or what have you even done?
What have you done? Because I myself need to educate myself on a lot of things that are happening locally. I can thank my husband for that because he do keep me abreast to what's happening.
Yes.
Because some of it I do negate from, but that's not good always because we need to know what's going on because it starts at this level.
At the local level.
Absolutely. What have been some of the biggest lessons you've learned as a business owner in Great Day Latte? Not any of the others, but here.
So I'm going to tell you, first starting Great Day Latte, I guess because this was my first brick and mortar. I just thought, you know, you put people on the schedule and you put them to work. That first payroll hit me.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
I said, oh my God, how am I pay these people?
Yes.
That was I didn't know. No, I don't have a book. Nobody gave me a book. Like I said, I had nobody to look at with this. So that was my first challenge to know, hey, baby, you got to get in there and work yourself.
And you know what? Financial literacy for us is different than it is for the other culture.
Correct.
We are not privy to that financial literacy. And I know people will look at this and say, oh, well, you have Google, you have ChatGPT now, and you have the internet. It's still nothing like sitting down, learning. Sitting down saying, hey, these are areas that you need to know. So I agree with that. Payroll was awakening for you. I love it.
Yes, it was one of those things. I was like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know what happened, but you know, it was a learning lesson. I learned from it, got with it, and since then it's been a breeze. But of course, I have learned there are different trends with how business goes here. August, September, slow months. touring stops.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's most of my audience, the tourists.
Okay.
Then kids go back to school.
Okay.
So people buying school clothes. So I learned the different trends.
You have to adjust accordingly.
I pivot accordingly.
I pivot
accordingly. So now I know what I need to do.
I'll be on the schedule this time. I have to cut a little bit, but you have to make it where it's feasible for the business.
Correct.
To sustain.
Correct.
I love that. Well, Kim, we know all of the good things that you've done. We see Great Day Latte is beautiful. I love it, whether it's poetry night, all of the things that you do in the city, whether it's political, whether it's fun night, whether it's block parties. Outside of that, though, before all of the balloons and all of the amazing things, that was a setback.
Correct.
17 years ago, your life took a dramatic turn. Can you take us back to that moment?
17 years ago, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. And I was with my daughter's father at the time. And of course, he was a street pharmacist.
Okay.
And so at that time, I was working at Wachovia. It was Wachovia at the time before it was Wells Fargo.
Okay.
In Bankhead.
Okay.
So I'm actually working. I get a call. Your daughter's dad been shot. I'm like, okay. So I'm panicking, like, is he gonna live? Like, what's going on? Not realizing it was actually a drug bust. So that's when my life took a turn for I'll say the worst, but in all of that, I still gained something from it. So within that time, after time went by, I was eventually indicted. They were looking at me for as conspiracy. But of course, as time went by within the case and everything, they lessened my charge to what's called ITAR. And I wasn't looking at a conspiracy charge anymore. But yeah, that happened 17 years ago.
So let me ask you something. We see so many of the young girls today, and I think we're around the same age. It's easy. It's easy to get that guy. It's easy. So you knew about his extracurricular activities.
Right. So I knew about his extracurricular activities. As far as details, me
you didn't
getting
know,
my
absolutely.
hands dirty, I didn't know that part of it. But we all know you can be found guilty by association.
Absolutely.
So that's why we have to watch the company we keep and just be knowledgeable of what can happen if you're around certain people doing certain things.
Absolutely. So this was the man that you love. He's taking care of you. That's your daughter's father. And all of this is happening. And you're working at a bank.
Correct.
Okay. So what was going through your mind when you realized everything you had built could be taken away because things, I'm sure at that moment, was going fast?
Oh, it was going real fast. I had never had a traffic ticket at that time. Never got in any trouble. So honestly, when I when I first got the call from the detective or whatever, I thought it was a joke because I'm like, I ain't dealt no drugs.
Yeah.
So I did not really think it was going to go to that level of me being indicted and possibly doing time. So I did not, I thought it was just going to blow over.
You thought it was just him?
That's what I thought. It was just him.
Okay. So were you actually indicted?
Yeah. So I was indicted. They did not detain me though. Again, you got to think I had no criminal history, and honestly, those people know.
They knew.
They made an example out of me though.
Absolutely.
They made an example out of me. So, I end up going for the arraignment or what have you. Like I said, I wasn't detained or anything, but what I do know is, let me tell you. When these people get in these situations, let me tell you something about detectives and all that stuff. They only know what you tell them.
They only know what you tell them.
And a lot of people tell on themselves when they're in those positions.
My husband is a big to say when we're watching all of our criminal shows, mannerisms, body language. He say they're telling right now. They don't even know it.
I'm going to give you one even better.
Okay.
They gave me a lie detector test and they said I cheated the test.
Because you passed it.
They say I cheated the test. So, like I said, they only know what you tell them. So, in the midst of all that, the co-defendants that was on my case and all that stuff, they kept bringing up my name as his girlfriend. I went to their house to do or get or something like that. But it was never me doing anything I got from her or she gave me. It was none of that. But like I said, they wanted to make an example out of me.
Okay. So how many years or months did you do?
So I ended up getting sentenced a year and a day. So I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay.
So get the day of sentencing, I went to be sentenced, and the youth pastor at the time of Mount Hebron, who's now the pastor of Nazarene Full Gospel.
Glory.
He was the agent that fingerprinted me in. And so I went back in the back and I was crying. He looked at me, he said, "You've been sentenced a year and a day. The highest sentencing on your case was sentenced life. The other numbers were 6 years. Everybody else was 6 years or up. Dry your face. I'm finna fingerprint you. You're gonna dry your face right now. You're gonna go do that time. You're gonna come home and be great."
And you know what? I often say this, the 2 B's in life, and I probably should get that trademark. The 2 B's in life is it's never meant to break you. It's always meant to build you.
That's right.
God, everything we go through is for a reason.
Correct.
And at that time, we don't know where you would have been, what would have ended up had that not happened. But God has to use all of our tests as a testimony. And I know the younger generation don't see that now. They don't value freedom.
Correct.
They don't value life.
Correct.
They don't understand the significance of this could be your forever.
That's correct.
Let's think about it.
Right.
Let's just think about it for a moment. During that season, when you lost your freedom, what was going through your mind?
So the main thing was going through my mind because at that time, my daughter, she was only 1 then.
She was 1?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
So that was that was my main thing. And when I was there, I was determined to have everything figured out by the time I got home, as far as what life was going to look like, where I was going to work, all of these type of things. And prayerfully and how it worked, it worked out like that. But while in there, it was more so my daughter, because I was dependent on people to take care of her. I'm her mother. So I had to depend on people, and I had a great support system. I appreciate my mom, who's no longer with me right now. My best friends, they stepped up. You know, you have people say when you leave, those people go away. Not mine.
I love
every last one of them, and they still there.
I love it.
So I had that village.
Okay. So was that the hardest part of prison? Was that the hardest lesson for you that prison taught you?
Being away was the hardest part because my parents were older.
Okay.
So that goes through your mind. What if something happened while you in here? What if they passed while you in here? What if something happened to your daughter while you in here? Because I had a bad dream about my daughter while I was in there. I dreamed she got raped. And I instantly called home and I told my mama, don't let my baby out your eyesight. Don't let her go nowhere. And so at that point, focus was get home.
Yeah.
You got to get home. You got to get to that.
So let me ask you this. What was prison like? But we hear it, we see it, but
I was at a prison camp. It was like college.
I'm
just going to be
Let's
honest.
Be real.
And that's probably why some people go back because they see it like
it's
a
not,
joke.
Okay.
But it was a prison camp. But again, you got to think I only had a year and a day. But I went. Listen. I ain't going. I'm not trying to come back here. Even though it was short lived, I ain't coming back here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, food was trash.
Okay.
There was a hair salon because my first visit when I came out, they was like, they couldn't believe I had my hair done, my nails done, everything.
Okay.
So it's all about where you're placed.
Okay.
If it's hard or not.
If it was hard.
Correct.
Okay. Was it still in Alabama?
It was in Florida, Marianna, Florida.
Okay.
Yep.
It was in Florida. So it wasn't, it was punishment. So like you just answered though, the difficult part was just being away from your daughter.
Yes.
And learning the lesson.
Yes. I'm going to give you another difficult part. The first visit with my daughter, they had to pry her off me.
Oh.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally. That's talked about in my documentary.
Okay.
Or whatever. That's one of the moments you gonna shed a tear. But yeah, they literally had to pry her off me. So that stopped my brother from ever coming. He never came back after that.
Wow. Are you able to vote
I am.
You are able to vote.
I did not lose my voting rights. It's
Okay,
by
so
a charge. It determines what charge you have. A lot of people think just because you're a felony, you're a felon, that you lose your voting rights. It depends on the charge you have. I never lost my voting rights.
Good. And see, a lot of people don't get educated.
They don't know.
We do things and then we don't have the resources. So having someone like yourself that's not afraid to tell her story and help others, because we all make mistakes.
We do.
We all get it wrong. But if we can get it wrong and figure out how to get back in there, that's a blessing.
Yes.
Were there moments when you questioned whether you'll rebuild when you came out?
No, because I was working on a plan before I even came home. Like I said, another thing a lot of people don't know, and I'm only speaking from a person who's never been in trouble before. I knew that it does not automatically go on your background as soon as you come out.
So you knew you had to execute as soon as you came out.
I knew I had time.
You had time. I love it.
So you have to come up with a plan. If you really want to go in the right direction, want to do things the right way and, change your life, you got to have a plan. And that was one of the things. I executed everything in that time. Now, my idea was to start a group home with my best friend before I came home. But when I came home and I saw all the red tape and guidelines, I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm good.
Been there, done that. I know the headache.
I'm good on that. So, yeah, I just had a plan before coming home, and I was determined to execute, and that's what happened so far.
Let me ask you this. I am a big believer. So how did faith influence your journey throughout that entire experience? Did you ever get angry? Did you question, or did you take accountability?
I actually took accountability.
Okay.
I took accountability. I never, and God was the head, first and foremost, because I grew up in the church, heavy in the church. Honestly, when I say I had a support system, they were part of the support system as well. Like, they're the ones who surrounded and made community around my mom while I was gone.
I love it.
So, that was amazing. And then when I came home, I never forget, I never been the one to get up in church and speak. But I share my testimony in front of the congregation. And like I was telling everybody, in some situations, God have to get your attention one way or the other. And had that not happened, I probably would have still been with that man.
Absolutely.
And it could have been worse.
Absolutely.
It could have been, I not been here anymore on this side of the dirt.
Absolutely.
So, so church, God, that was a source, a main source. And so faith was heavily involved in that, for sure.
Okay. In doing research and just figuring out some things, I see that you received a pardon. That's something many people only dream about. What did that moment mean for you, and how did it happen?
So that moment meant everything for me. And I say that because one reason I say that, because I asked someone who I knew who had been through a situation that was a felon, and how to get a pardon. They never shared it with me.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Why are we like that?
I'm not sure. They never shared it with me.
You reached out to someone that you know had been pardoned and said, hey, how can I go through these steps?
Right. And it's one or two things. They didn't want to tell me, or they wasn't pardoned.
Okay.
So I don't know what that was, but what I did the research, and I did my own pardon. I put my own paperwork in. I filled out the application. I went down for them to do the DNA test while I did everything. It's as simple as that. All you have to do is Google.
Wow.
Now that's a state pardon.
Okay.
When you're a felon, that does not give you I got every right back except my gun right.
So you weren't federally indicted. You were indicted on the state level.
No, I was federally indicted, but when you get so it's you get an expungement. That's everything. Federal expungement,
yes, okay.
which a federal pardon,
okay.
And then you have a state pardon.
Okay.
And with my charge, because I was a felon, when I did the pardon, I got all my rights back, all of them.
Okay.
Except of the gun. I cannot register or hold a firearm.
And why is that?
Is a stupid law.
Is that Alabama's law?
That's where I think it's Alabama.
Okay.
I think it's just Alabama. But I have been talking to people in government trying to get advice on what I need to do, because I've been reading, and from my understanding, it is a way. The president has to do something, but it was also some lines in there where it's stipulations. It's crazy, but it gets deep. And so I think I can get around it without.
But you'll need a president.
It's so sticky.
Okay.
It's like the wording. And that's the thing.
The verbiage, you have to make sure it's broken down and understand.
You have to.
Because it can get lost in translation.
Right.
Okay.
Because it was even something about if you didn't do this amount over this amount of time. It's so many stipulations. So I don't think I need a presidential pardon.
Okay.
But okay, that's coming soon. So I may have something else to talk about or what have you.
I love it.
Yeah. But no, so it felt amazing. It took simple paperwork being done, going and let them do everything as far as the DNA test. I had reference letters. When I went before the judge, I had one of my close friends spoke with me because I spoke and she spoke. I actually had another friend there, but it took such a long process. She had to leave.
Okay.
So it was just me and one of my friends there. But when I tell you, it felt amazing. And one of the girls who actually worked on the side of the judge in there was from Mobile. She couldn't say or do nothing.
She couldn't say or do anything.
And so after the fact, she called. She was like, "Y'all did amazing."
Oh, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. With having a record, how does that look here as far as a business? With you opening your business, did you have any problems?
My background never came up.
It was expunged.
Yeah. So it was nothing. Honestly, opening a business, that's not. It don't interfere with anything.
Okay.
It does not interfere with anything. Now, I will tell you this. I could still do a background check and it still wouldn't come up before getting pardoned. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it was just favor.
Okay.
But it would never come up. The only time it came up is when I tried to get global entry, approved for global entry.
Okay.
It came up. And they revoked that where I couldn't get the global entry if I went out the state and how you could get back in real quick. I couldn't get it.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me ask you something. With Great Day Latte, what's one moment inside your coffee shop that reminds you of why you started?
When I had 6-time Grammy Award winner PJ Morton in the coffee shop last month.
Okay.
Yes. That was one of those moments I'm like,
wow, he's here.
Wow, he's here.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I'm sure you had a great turnout.
Oh, yeah. Line was wrapped.
I love it.
Yeah, line was wrapped, so it was amazing.
I love it.
That's one of those aha moments. And then just when people greet me and say thank you for opening this space, I get that a lot. They literally
love that.
Thank you for opening this. This is what we
need it. We need it.
Those are the exact words I get all the time.
Now this is a lean back rebuilding question. It's one of these. How difficult was it to convince your people, my people, our people, to see you for who you've become instead of who you've been or who they want you to be?
I never tried to convince them.
I love it.
I've been one of those ones. I'm going to do what I want to do.
I love it. And your thought is your thought.
You're going to accept it or not. I'm not asking for acceptance or a validation. You either love what I do or know that I'm doing this for a great reason for all of us, or I can't worry about what nobody else think. I'm one of those people. What you think ain't got nothing to do with me.
I love it.
It has nothing to do with me.
With that attitude, was rebuilding your reputation actually even hard? Or it was, hey, I came out, this is what I did, and this is what I am, and this is how we're moving forward?
It actually wasn't hard. Honestly, just people knowing my story, knowing what I've been through, to see the redemption, to see the resilience, they respect me more.
I love it. I love it.
They respect
because
me
people
more
love a true story.
Oh, correct.
They love a true story, and we are a culture that loves a comeback.
Correct.
We love a comeback.
Yes.
We love it gritty and clean.
Correct.
But we love a comeback.
We do.
So let me ask you this. At what point did you realize your comeback was becoming bigger than your setback?
Ooh. Just seeing the community support, honestly. And like I say, when I say the community, I'm talking about all walks of life. To have people from New Zealand come in the coffee shop.
I love it.
It's just the support and the love and the people saying that I built something that they needed.
Yes.
We needed that sense of connection.
Yes.
We needed that sense of community. We needed that space that feels like our own. Like I said when I first opened the space, this ain't about me. It's about all of us.
I saw some of your artwork. It's really amazing. It's colorful.
Yes.
It's us. It's really amazing. What inspired that?
So those are our local artists.
Are you serious?
Those are our local artists, and those pieces are for sale.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all local artists. So when I first opened, Shamira did like a art gallery type thing. So that's honestly Black-owned art gallery at the same time, because you got to think those pieces reside there. That's a residency. That's the exhibition.
I love it.
And once they sell those pieces, they can do another piece and put it up there to sell.
Come through, Great Day Latte in Mobile. Come through.
So we as an African American woman own art gallery and coffee shop.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Today, you spend a lot of time, though, investing in our community. Mm-hmm. I love that. I want to do that, hence why the podcast is here.
Yes.
But it comes with a lot.
It does.
It comes with a lot. We require a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We are unforgiving at times. How does that play a part for you? Because you still are so community-based.
You got to have boundaries.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You definitely got to have boundaries, and then it has to be alignment as well. So, you know, you can get pulled all these different ways, and you got a million people reaching out to you, want you to do a million things, but you got to set things, like I said, boundaries, priority, and what aligns with you most, what resonates with you most, what makes you want to do whatever is being asked most, and is it beneficial for not only you, but those around you. So, yeah, with so much being pulled every which way, that's how I manage it or what have you.
Okay.
With all of that, how do you manage?
Oh my goodness, it's hard. Well, I mean, get with me. It's hard. Like you said, boundaries. The beauty industry is not foreign to me, but it's been challenging. It's been so rewarding because the business owners that we have within the business, I've seen them grow so much.
Right.
I mean, it's so amazing. So the balance is, I had a deep throat moment 2 years ago.
Okay.
Where I had to step back. I was pouring into the business owners so much that the lines got crossed by me. And I had to learn that this is their business. You can want it for them, but they have to want it for themselves.
That's right.
You can show them, but they have to want it for themselves. And although it was a moment that stung me, it was the best thing that happened.
Yeah.
And here now it's 2 years ago, and I think that was it, boundaries. So you were right, setting those boundaries and remembering why Sabrina and I started, and still rooting for every business owner, still giving them all of the information that they needed and need. I still had to do it with healthy boundaries.
I love it.
So that is the only way that we're still here today is because I had to put those boundaries in place.
Their boundaries are so important.
It is.
They are, because you just have to draw that line, because you can pour so much until you're empty.
Yeah. And I don't think I poured so much that I was empty. I poured so much that God had to show me that I wasn't feeling his purpose for myself and for Sabrina.
Gotcha.
I don't think I poured so much that I dehydrated myself. I think that I gave so much that
drowned them.
I drowned. No, for real. I drowned them, and I stopped getting his purpose for me.
Got it.
And for Sabrina.
Got it.
So once I stopped, though, I'm still able now to be the best for the businesses, but also his purpose.
That's right.
So I think that was it.
I like that.
But yeah, we was over flooding this motherfucker.
I know, right? You can do it.
We can do it. What's next for Great Day Latte? Because you're doing so much, and I love the name. What's next?
So what I see next is a lot of people asking me why you won't come out west and why you won't do this. For one, you have to be careful not to create scale so fast. Scaling fast can be a problem. If we don't know nothing else, just look at those in different states who have scaled so fast. I don't want to name drop.
I was about to say something too. We don't want to name drop.
We don't want to name drop, but you can scale so fast to where it ends you up in a situation where you lose everything.
Yeah.
You lose everything. And so with that being said, my next thing I think would be feasible for me is to do like a mobile.
I love it.
Like the trailer thing.
And you can control that.
And I can control that. And one thing for certain, if something was to happen, which God forbid, preferably it won't, but I can always revert back to that. I can put my coffee shop on the road.
You can put it on the road, or you can park it. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
I think that's the next thing. And then after that, I want to take it to Pensacola.
You want Pensacola?
I want Pensacola.
I love it.
I want Pensacola. I thought about Daphne, but at the end of the day, if we're going to keep it real, Daphne is still
a certain type. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had the conversation and somebody made me think about that. I was like, you know what? You're not lying.
No.
Because if you go over there with a 2A tag.
Let's talk about it.
You already know.
We have, you know what though? We have so much potential here. Mm-hmm. Being in business here. Now, when I tell you the stylists that come through here, I feel like if even, like you said, with the team that you want, hiring, not just payroll, just getting the right team to work, getting the right entrepreneurs. And if they have the right guidance in the head, the body will be right.
It'll be fine.
They're not going to be perfect, but it will build what Mobile needs.
What Mobile needs, and it has to not let ego kill it.
That part.
Ego,
that part
will tarnish and ruin so much.
It will.
As long as people know their roles, they know their expertise, and they work in that area, our business can excel and be great.
It can.
With no problems. I want to ask you this.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because you're in the beauty industry, and I see a lot of things that happen that has changed a lot.
Okay.
I'm in the industry. And this may be off subject a little bit.
No,
how do you feel about the young stylists wanting you to wash your hair before you come to them?
Okay, so I'm old school.
Okay.
I don't agree with that, but I think the stylists can get away with it is because we allow it. Here's the thing. You can have a great stylist, like some of the stylists that were here. I'm a very particular person, as you saw before camera started rolling, about a lot of things. I have some great stylists. One of them in the background, that was my first stylist that ever laid her hands in my head, was Adrian from Make 'Em Stare, you know. And then we coached each other to answer that, to stay on task. I don't like it. But once again, we control that.
Yes.
It's just like with anything else.
Right.
We control that because what they're doing, you get instant beauty. But they don't know you're going to be 40. You're going to be 50 and your hair's falling out. You're not taking care of it. So the stylists that I love now that are either in the open floor or in our suites, it is truly their option. They're their own business owners. But I notice they watch each other. Right. That's why I think having an open floor first and having that experience, you learn.
You learn a lot.
You're not a this is no offense to any stylist, but you're not instant and microwavable.
Right.
You're learning technique.
Exactly.
You're learning technique.
And I just feel like it take away from the experience. Because when you go,
do you hear me? That is, and that's hence why we're here. We wanted to give, like your coffee shop. Sabrina and I wanted to give an experience that was in Atlanta.
Right.
That was in Houston.
Correct.
That was in even Mississippi in some places where you come in, you have that experience. You have that steam treatment.
Correct.
And it's every day.
Yes.
It's not when a certain client come in.
Right.
That is the experience.
Right.
And even though you're your own business owner working in our open floor, the expectation is across the board.
Right.
Now, if you don't shampoo that client, that's fine. That's your business practices at your booth.
Right.
But as far as what it looks like collectively, it needs to be the same.
That's right.
It needs to be the same. What else you got for me?
I thank you for answering that because times have changed and, the new age stylists, it's just different. But also, they're not here for the experience.
No.
They're just
in and out.
And
they're
go.
in and out. They are in and out. They are not here for the experience. But you know what? I take that back. A lot of them want the experience, but they want to get on the road to take their camera out and do the experience in Atlanta.
Correct.
When you have that same experience as here. You're cameraing getting your hair shampooed by this particular stylist.
And we have it all here.
And we have it here. You just have to make yourself privy to the information.
Correct. That goes to me. Everybody always say, you love Mobile. I do. we have so many untapped gyms here. A lot of people don't know about.
Okay,
They always
like
say
it.
it's nothing to do. It's so much to do. You just don't have to do the same thing all the time.
You're going to have to tap me in on that one, now, sis,
Ooh.
because I love our city.
Mhm.
Our city has been good to us, but there is still an area. I don't feel advanced, but I feel stagnated.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. Do you know about the monthly jazz night that's here in Mobile?
I did not. See, I did not.
It's a lot here, like literally.
So I need you to just DM me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on Facebook, but how do I find those things? Because
And that's the thing. A lot of these people, they're so used to the social media, they need to start back email marketing, advertisement.
I love it.
People still listen to the radio.
Yes.
People do check their emails. You can do email marketing. It's just ways I think the city should find a way to tap everybody in certain ways.
Absolutely.
But that goes back to the city doing that.
The city, because it's not just for one demographic. I didn't know until last night talking to you that kids could come, although we don't want it kid friendly all the time.
All the time, right.
But kids could have come to your poetry night.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, because it's art walk. So, art walk, all kids are mostly that's what it's for, the art walk.
Okay.
So they do a family friendly type art walk poetry night. So kids are welcome. And we have that every second Friday in the month. But I have something new is about to start.
Okay, let's talk about
So
it.
this is exclusive.
Only on the Elevation Edit, baby.
Right. So I am getting ready to start like an R&B jam. So it's going to be a live band, live singers.
Okay.
So it will be called Soul Sessions, the Jam Collective, where they'll do live R&B, rap, neo soul, blues, all the things.
I love it.
Live singers. So that'll be starting in fall.
Can I say something I want to do?
What you want to do?
I want to do it at the coffee shop.
What you want to do?
I want us to get on the mic, and I want us to have karaoke night.
Oh, we can do that.
And I want us, you for real. Yeah. And I want us to be coupled out. Don't take my idea. Now, y'all heard it here first. Because if Kim do it, I'm going to be so mad. But wait, I'm about to give you the other one that I don't want you to take. We're going to get the crew in, and I want some couples, and we want to talk about it.
I think that's an amazing idea.
My husband had the best idea. Baby, don't be mad. I'm telling her.
And I ain't going to steal it, I promise.
You heard that, y'all. So I want us to couple it out. And even if you're not in a relationship, the community needs it. Women in the community need it.
Yes.
Our men need it because a lot is happening. This young generation needs ways to channel their anger.
Oh,
they need to know how to use conflict resolution without violence.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there because I saw this thing this therapist talked about on Instagram.
Okay.
So it's a thing of conflict. The conflict resolution piece should be self-resolution.
It needs to be.
And then there's other two segments of it. I can't break it down. I'm gonna have to share it with you.
You're gonna
have to show it to you. But it broke it down and it made so much sense.
We need it.
We definitely need it. So I held an event talking about conflict resolution.
Okay.
At the coffee shop. This was right when the shooting happened at the Sanger Theater. And we had a great turnout. But one thing we have to do is stay consistent.
We have to stay consistent.
If we're really trying to do something to change the behavior and what's going in the climate in the community, we really have to be consistent and not do it for the moment.
You know what we need?
What's that?
He's probably going to kill me about this too. We need our black men, strong black men, to stand up and talk to these young boys, these young men.
Yes.
We need that at the coffee shop. We can have it at FS. We can have it in anywhere you want. We need
anything.
Our black men to know conflict resolution.
Right.
We need them to know how to be accountable for their actions.
But I'm going to tell you something. I recently was in a meeting and they shared data about what these kids want.
Okay. What is it?
It's not them. They don't have it at home. They don't have the guidance at home.
That's it.
They don't have the guidance at home. They want that adult guidance.
They want it.
They want these third spaces. They want good grades. They want to go off to school.
They want to be corrected.
Correct.
They just
have nobody to
They
correct
have
them.
nobody to do it.
They
have nobody to do it. So that, I think you and I, Kim,
Yeah.
we need to be working on, because we need it. It's so much talent here.
It's so much talent. It's so
It
much
shouldn't have to leave. It should not have to leave here. It should not have to be talking about fights in businesses,
Not at all.
shootings in businesses.
Right.
It should not. That should not be it.
Right.
We don't hear that in other businesses in this city. We have to stop it.
Yeah. And I will say, anything that's going to gear towards helping the community, I'm here for.
I love it.
That's why I created Great Day Latte.
I love it.
So, and that's all I've been trying to be is a healing space.
I love it.
A healing space for the city and for the community. So, whatever ideas you have, sis, I'm with it.
I love it. This has been a great episode. Is it anything that you want our great city of Mobile, Alabama to know that we have not shared about Great Day Latte, about you, about what's going on, any new initiatives before we close out? And is it anything that you want to ask me that we haven't already addressed?
I will say,
okay.
So July 23rd, we're having a Intro to Civics event at the coffee shop. So if you don't have any idea when it comes to voting,
I love
the levels as far as how it goes from local to the state, we breaking it down. So
I think we need to do that, guys, because voting matters.
Yes.
So July 23rd
at the coffee shop.
Please be at the coffee shop at Great Day Latte, because this is an important initiative. We have to vote. Yes. We have to get our registration to vote. Correct. If you don't know how to do it, go July 23rd. Do that. Yes. I love it. And it's called the what?
It's called Intro to Civics. So
Intro to Civics.
We're doing it from the fundamentals, from the ground up. So if you know the least thing about it,
I love it.
Come so we can build it on up. We're going to talk about the congressional maps and the changes.
I love
We're going to talk about all that. Things we all need to know, how things can affect you specifically when it comes to it. So be there, please.
And I want to tell you, if you can share this, July 25th, we, Elevation Edit and FS Lux Hair Boutique and MS Hair Studios and Suites is having the Break the Code seminar. Downtown. It is for business owners, college students, anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, to be in the room, to learn financial literacy, to learn outlets of what to do, to learn business modules.
I love it.
It is going to be so informative. We have great speakers. It will be an event.
Okay.
So if you can spread that too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
July 25th, it will be downtown. We have not listed all of our speakers yet.
Okay.
Because I am big on wanting you to come because you want to come.
That's right.
Not because you see who's
coming.
Don't do that. Because if you come because you truly want to come, you're going to get something out of it.
That's right.
You're going to get something out of it. Kim, it has been amazing.
Thanks for
I have enjoyed it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Elevation Edit. Until next time.